Oh, okay. All right. It looks like we're working. And on time, too. 8 minutes early. All right, let's take a look at the chat. Oh, good. Oh, good. We've already got a person here. Well, hello, Danielle. Good to see somebody from the Toon Squad is here. Let me adjust this. Get this up a little bit higher. Ah, much better. Okay. Well, the trip is going just fine. According to Google Maps, I should be getting into to the Tri-Cities area, into Greenville. You know, you guys are the Toon Squad. I'm going to go ahead and say the city I live in. I live in Greenville. Greenville, Tennessee, the birthplace of Davy Crockett. I'm going to be getting there at about 1 o'clock in the morning. And then I have to be up at about 6 o'clock in the morning to go to the community college gig that I'm at. Okay, we got 6 people already here. Can everybody hear me okay? Yep, and it says set for reminder in YouTube. But you had already started. Good, good. Oh, yes, you guys are noticing that Nestor is doing his thing. He's kind of walking around here. Okay, I'm at a Love's truck stop right now. And I parked in a place where one of their floodlights is shining right into the windshield. So we're good. Good on the lighting as far as night lighting goes. But yes, move that over. Okay. Oh, wow, this is great. Bobby Bolt. Oh, okay, guys, we got somebody from Pilot over here about to yell at me for...
You can't park like that, bro.
I can't park like that?
You can pull on the side right there, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just informed that I can't park like that, bro. So, I better go park like something else. Hold on a second, guys. This is going to make the lighting a little bit harder. We're going to have to go with the dome light, I think. But, yeah, that was somebody in a yellow reflective vest that said Pilot. Oh, I'm at Pilot, not Love's. Okay. And so he informed me that I can't park like that, bro. Oh, boy, that is not nearly as good. Oh, well. Let's turn this off. Let's see, is there any other lights I can turn on? You know what? I've got a light in the back of the truck, and I can just plug it into the auxiliary port here. So I'm going to take you guys with me. I'm going to get out and go around back and grab that light. Yeah, we're right here at the Pilot, and there's a few things that I noticed when I was in there. I was like, hey, maybe I can do that on my live stream. They have one of those vending machines that has the with Peeps stuck in the middle of the donut. That might be fun to go buy one of those and eat it. Hold on a second. Got the light. And I did not lock myself out of the truck. Oh, Nestor. Alright. Let me get this door closed. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. Oh. It helps if you've got the key in the ignition so that the auxiliary port will turn on. Oh, wow. Ow, 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 ow. Okay. Hello. We are lit from underneath, but kind of gives it a little bit of a spooky look, doesn't it? Hello, everyone. And welcome to Sunday Night Toon Squad. We have overcome the stupid 1,000 subs requirement that YouTube has foisted upon us, the little guy. And I appreciate everybody that stuck with me throughout all of that. Thank you. Thank you all so very much. Let's see here. Okay. Karen said, Zardon Rick. Karen, are you fingers hurting? Oh, that's probably because Karen has been in British Tea Drinkers live stream, as well as Yankee in the South, and now mine. So, just the antacids, guys. Okay. I bet you're all wondering why I've gathered you here. That seemed like a proper line to say with this kind of underlighting. Okay. As far as things coming up, this next week, I'm going to be working at Northeast State Community College in and around the Tri-Cities area. They've got campuses in different areas. One of them is going to be in Elizabethton, one in Kingsport, one in Johnson City, and one in Bristol. 4 different campuses, 4 different cities, 4 different days. But they're only 3-hour gigs, but I'm being paid by the hour, so I'm not going to be able to collect really any interesting footage for you guys, which I apologize for that. But those 3-hour gigs, and then I'll be heading straight back to my camper to work on my tax paperwork. So as far as this week goes, the most I'm going to be able to do is maybe a few little talking videos here and there. If there's something really interesting, I can throw out a few minute videos, maybe something about Nestor, because he's always doing weird stuff. But that's the most I'm going to be able to do this week. I'm really hoping to get all of that paperwork done out of the way, and so I won't have to pay any late fees as far as filing my taxes. So we're good. Also, that next weekend, this coming up weekend, is the Big Shanty Festival, and that is in Kennesaw, Georgia. That is actually right next to where my older brother lives. If any of you guys that have been with me for a while remember, his name is Land, and his wife Roxanne, and my little niece and nephew, Louis and Angelina. I like to do little videos where we go out and eat with them, because Louis and Angelina, they play up to the camera, because they are the whole YouTube generation. They're into the slime videos and the ghost chili peppers and all that kind of stuff now. So they think it's really cool if I'm taking videos and they can, play to the camera, and they can see themselves later on YouTube. So they're always fun. Last time during the holidays, we did a little video with them where we did a Would You Rather contest between them, and involved my mom, and that was fun. So we might do another one of those. Of course, when I'm with my older brother, and my younger brother lives down in, Dallas, Georgia? Yeah. A little bit, about an hour further south. So if I can get the two of them involved, we'll probably do some more where I allow them to tell embarrassing childhood stories that they can remember about me. You guys seem to like it whenever I have that. So yeah, my brothers and my brother's family. We should. Oh, look at this. Nestor's grabbing at me now. I'm doing too many hand gestures. Now it's something he can capture. Yee. Yeah. And, of course, that's my old stomping grounds. So, I know what's interesting around there. I'm probably going to do the same ice cream store that makes all of their ice cream with liquid nitrogen. You pick out the ingredients and they just pour them into the bowl, and then they spray in the liquid nitrogen. It's like all this icy of smoke just floats out, and they start chopping at it with these putty knives, and they're just and I know, more hand gestures, right? Grab it. That makes a real spectacle to see on a video. And I did it a year ago, and I've gotten a lot of new subscribers since then that haven't seen it yet. So that one's called the Frozen Cow in Kennesaw. Probably gonna make a video from that. And but other than that, around the Atlanta area, I need to find out from you guys, what do you want to see more? Because there's things I'm gonna do while I'm at the Big Shady Festival, or like right after. I could go to Stone Mountain. And some of you might know what that is. It's a giant granite mountain out on the northeast side of Atlanta, outside the perimeter. And there's been a giant carving put in it back in the 50s, I think it was. And it's a carving of the generals, General Lee and a couple of the other generals from the Civil War. And late at night, when it gets dark, they do a laser show, like a 25 to 30 minute laser show where they shine lasers on it, and they advertise local businesses, and they do little stories, and they do little music videos, and it always ends with Elvis's Glory, Glory, Hallelujah, when they trace out the different generals, and then they have them running, and then General Lee breaks his sword in half, symbolizing the end of the war when he surrendered to Sherman. And then the two swords turn into the two halves of the states that were established at the time, with the Mason-Dixon line dividing the two, and then they join together, as what happened at the end of the war. It's a beautiful thing to see. I'm not sure why I'm going on about that. That just gets me. Anyway, Stone Mountain. I am thinking of walking up the back of Stone Mountain. Because when they were carving it, the workers that took the equipment up the back of the mountain and would dangle off the front of that mountain and hit at it with these giant jackhammers and plant charges and all that, those workers left a lot of graffiti. And it's not like graffiti like we think of nowadays, here I sit all broken-hearted kind of graffiti. It's like really like straight, perfect lines and spellings, and like you can see like years and stuff on there. And of course it's illegal to do that now because it's a state park, but the graffiti from those workers is just it's something to see. So I want to go up the back of the mountain again. So there's either that or whatever you guys want to see around the Atlanta area. There's so many other things that I could do. But just tell me, what do you want to see? Does anybody have something in mind? It looks like the chat just kind of stopped. Nobody's saying anything anymore. Are you guys just listening to me, or is there a mess up on here? Somebody say something. Let's see, let me see if I got something I can reply to here. Oh, I did get notified, and that's Teresa Rowland. That's my mom. She did get notified. Well, hello, Mom. Yes, I am in North Carolina now, and I'm about 3 hours away. So I'm going to be there. I'm going to try to sneak in and not wake you guys up. I'm just going to park and plug in there beside the house. So if you hear something and the dogs are barking, don't come out there and get all alarmed. That'll be me. Let's see. Hi, Ash. Dan the Mountain Man. Hello, Dan. Should have asked him where his airplane was. Okay. Right. right, because he looks like one of those directors' airplane. Let's see. Yeah, the numbers are still counting down, so I know I'm still broadcasting, and there's 7 people in the room. It's just everybody's not typing anything anymore. So unless something has gone wrong. Alright. Well, I'm just going to continue on. So, coming up this week, we've got Big Shanty Festival, which I'm going to do a video about that, because there's always a really cool parade that goes along with that. And the high schools, there's as densely populated as the Atlanta metro area is, those high schools out there put together some fantastic marching bands. So I'm going to take a video of the marching bands and all the weird music they somehow adapt to the marching band. I wouldn't be surprised if they put in some Moana songs or something in there. And the Big Shanty Festival itself. You know what? There's something else I haven't done yet that I've been promising for a while, and that is the Locomotive Museum in Kennesaw. And if any of you guys remember, there was a old Disney movie made back in the 80s, and it was called The General. And it was about some Yankee spies that infiltrated the Confederates and stole a locomotive. And they were trying to get it all the way back to Chattanooga, so that it could, they could be used by the Yankees, the Union. And like this was back when locomotives were really slow. Like the top speed was like 15 miles an hour, but if you really pushed it, I think you could get it up to 20. So first off, the general the conductor that the general stole from started running along the track to try to run and catch his stolen locomotive. But I think they go at like 7 miles an hour when they're first starting off, so it's not that odd for him to go running after it. And then he ended up finding another train car that was able to switch in and actually go in reverse behind them, and so the spies that were on the general started stopping and trying to sabotage the track so that their pursuers couldn't make it. But every time they would stop and they would get their pry bars out and try to pry up the track, the pursuers would close the gap and get too close, and they would get scared, and they would jump back on the general, and they would take off again. And then they started running out of fuel. So they started chopping up the train cars and throwing them into the furnace. But train coal-driven steam trains back then didn't run off of just coal alone. They needed water. And they were in too much of a hurry to take on more water. So that started causing problems. And so they ended up completely running out of fuel and abandoning the general just a few miles outside of Chattanooga. And so they just stopped and they ran off into the woods, and every one of them was captured. So it was a completely failed endeavor, and the general was retaken by the Confederates. And that whole story, that general, that locomotive is in the Southern Museum of Locomotive History in Kennesaw. It's there. It's not a replica. It's the general, the one that the movie was made about. It's there. It's been restored and repainted, but you just kind of look at this thing and just wonder if this thing could talk, what kind of stories could it tell? And it's there in the museum. And I did a video about it on my old channel. I haven't done a new one yet. But, okay, so that's your choices then. Either walk up the back of Stone Mountain, or hold on. Okay. Or go to the Southern Museum of Locomotive History, and good grief. Alright, that's really about all I could probably do on this trip. So, it's one or the other. You guys, go ahead. In the comments, tell me, what would you rather see? Something's telling me that these comments have just stopped working because nobody has said anything. There was, like, a lot of people saying something right at the beginning. Huh. Something has gone wrong, I think. So the last person to say something was Zardonric. He said, Karen, are your fingers hurting? Something has gone wrong. Alright, guys, I'm going to try to restart some stuff and see if I can get this working again. Hold on. Oh, well, that turned the camera around. That's not going to be any